Hey, I'm Jakob Vaughan, ready to deliver my first NFL mock draft of 2020. I'll have a total of 3 mock drafts with 0 trades. I do think the Redskins will trade picks with the Dolphins and the Lions will trade down. The draft stock of Justin Herbert and Kenneth Murray will rise. Now, I'm not in love with any of these quarterbacks in the 2020 draft class. Here's an old tweet of mine. I take Chase Young at number 1 and then hopefully draft Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields in 2021. I haven't been higher on a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence since Cam Newton. Now picks 11 through 17. Jets draft offensive tackle Andrew Thomas. Raiders will select wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. An exclusive interview with the state champion, the 1V Challenge, and First and Vaughan's Game of the Week. Now walk me through your thought process when you take the plate, bases are loaded, it's the bottom of the ninth, full count, tie ball game.
You just gotta be disciplined. Me personally, I'm looking the other way, try to get the ball past somebody.
Where does your mind go when you're in the outfield waiting on the pitch to be thrown?
As a center fielder, I'm the captain of the outfield, so I got to get people in the right position.
Playoffs are upon us, and I'm your Washington Redskins reporter and CBS 6 intern Jakob Vaughan, here at Clover Hill High School for an exclusive interview with Dalton Collins. As a former NCAA student athlete, grades are number 1, and you currently have a 3.5 GPA. How do you balance athletics and academics?
Basically, it's time management.
First and Vaughan is back for more exclusive high school football coverage after interviewing quarterback Romel Garcia. I'm Jakob Vaughan here at Manchester High School for a second week in a row. It's First and Vaughan's interview of the week. Here we go. Last week, Manchester defeated Deep Run 35-18. You had 20 carries, 185 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. 5 of 11 for 49 yards passing. It seems like each week you're up for Player of the Week. How have you been this successful, and even last week against Deep Run?
I just do what we're coached to do, just focus on the details, execute the best way we know how to.
Exclusively on First and Vaughan this week is Midlothian Trojans linebacker Brian Davis. You attended the Washington Redskins training camp over summer, got a head nod from Josh Norman, autograph.
Yes, sir.
Are you a Redskins fan? Because I know Darius Geis is a fan of First and Vaughan. I'm Jakob Vaughan, back with more exclusive high school football coverage. I have a great interview coming up. From the basketball court to the football field, First and Vaughan's interview of the week. Here we go. I know a lot of basketball players, they transition great into football, including VCU's Mo Alley Cox, who plays for the Colts now. How do you think your football style translates into basketball? Heavy hearts for first responders across Central Virginia after a Richmond firefighter died in a shooting on Thanksgiving. We're learning from Lieutenant Ashley Berry's family for the first time. Happening today, crews will begin the process of moving a sculpture from Times Square to its permanent home here in Richmond. CBS 6 has learned Governor Northam and Mayor Stoney, along with other prominent figures, will attend the public ceremony at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts on December 10th. A ceremony unveiling rumors of war will include Richmond's all-city high school marching band. The sculpture of Kendi Wiley despites a young African man riding a horse. It is the artist's response to the Confederate statues lining across the Monument Avenue. Americans spent big bucks on Black Friday, a whopping $7.4 billion. And that's on top of 4.2 billion shoppers that dropped money on Thanksgiving. But how people are choosing to get in on those sales are changing this year compared to last. 43% more consumers bought merchandise online and then picked it up in stores. And almost $3 billion in sales came from purchases made on their smartphones. It's not over yet. Cyber Monday is set to generate $9.5 billion. Richmond police say the suspect wanted in a hit-and-run incident that injured a VCU student has turned himself in. We have breaking news out of Richmond, where police are investigating a fatal late-night shooting along the Midlothian Turnpike. This is as close as officers would let our camera get to the scene of the 3100 block. Officers responded to the area for reports of a shooting just after 11 last night. We are following breaking news out of South Dakota. Authorities say 9 people are dead after a plane crash, including 2 kids. The National Transportation Safety Board says 12 people were on the single-engine plane when it crashed Saturday. The crash happened shortly after takeoff from Chamberlain. Richmond police released surveillance video from the Hill Cafe in Church Hill, showing the moments 2 masked men arrived with guns drawn. In Richmond, the Hill Cafe sits at the corner of North 28th and East Broad Street.
I've been coming here 18, 19 years.
The cafe has been on the block for almost 20 years, and for Tom Johnson, he considers the Hill Cafe his second home.
Once a week, to twice a week, to 3 nights a week, to 3 or 4 days a week.
And many others consider themselves regulars too.
Kind of got that reliability you want in like your everyday neighborhood spot.
We almost feel like somebody's intruding on our space when we come in and there's someone there we don't know.
But on Friday, November 8th, surveillance video captured 2 masked men just after midnight with guns drawn demanding money. You can see in the video several customers place their phones and wallets on the counter while at gunpoint before the robbers made their escape.
I know some of the people that were here, and that's scary, really scary.
The owners of the restaurant did send us a statement that reads, "The most important thing is that no one was harmed. We are grateful how composed and calm our manager and customers were through this incident. We put the safety of our customer and employees first, so this hits very close to home."
I hope it doesn't affect them too much because I love that place. They're institution, neighborhood, and it could happen anywhere.
The owners are cooperating with police as they continue to investigate this robbery. Anyone with information is asked to give Crime Stoppers a call. Working for you in Richmond, Jakob Vaughan, CBS 6 News. Condolences continue to pour in from people who have attended the City Church in Henrico, home of Pastor Dr. Dimitri Bradley. Sadly, he passed away after a car accident. This news coming as a shock.
And I know that this news is coming as a shock to many people who attended his church.
Behind the mic, Thursday morning.
It is with an extremely heavy heart that we announce the passing of one of the pastors of the month here on Praise 104.7, Pastor Dimitri R. Bradley.
Shyla Bell shares tough news.
That hurt a lot. Woo! Okay.
Police say Wednesday night 51-year-old Dr. Dimitri Bradley crashed his SUV on the downtown expressway.
Police also say that he was not wearing a seatbelt and that he died at the scene of the accident.
Bell met Pastor Bradley in 2017 when she honored him on her show.
He had integrity, and he cared about the people, and that makes a difference.
Father, we so thank you right now for the grace of God. Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Best known for growing a 12-member ministry out of his living room with his wife to a large congregation of more than 3,500 worshipers at his city church.
If you will find 2 or 3 people close by, give them a hug.
Bradley's final sermon live streamed on Facebook hours before the crash.
Faith gives God permission to get involved in your everyday affairs.
A pastor who had a congregation closer to God.
But the heart that he has for the people spoke so loudly. It beat so hard that I could hear it.
Now searches for answers.
People remember how you make them feel. And he made a lot of people feel in a good way.
The church will come together tomorrow morning to honor Pastor Bradley. He is survived by his wife and 2 children. Working for you in Henrico, Jakob Vaughan, CBS 6 News.